So we can pick like one weapon or one like anything inside our bag.
That was what I had to do when you guys looted during the Sumei Drasil like roleplay arc part.
Oh, you said right at the end we get to pick something.
When exiting, yeah.
Hmm.
I was wondering why that sounded familiar. I was like, this was like the case to it. Yep. I can
So
pick for you if you'd like.
so like anything we want in our bag, or is it specifically weapons?
Specifically inventory. It can be anything.
Oh,
If you had a bag of holding, sure.
Would it take the stuff inside it though? Probably not, eh? Seems too generous.
Only one way to find out. But I'm glad you caught on to something that could be the case.
take my chalk. We're going for a gamble one.
Before there, as a disclaimer, there is a chance both of you may perish forever. Before that happens, could you do some homework for me? And how much cool points have you spent on the said character? If you know off the top of your head.
7, I believe. Wait, no.
More for you.
Yeah, more.
8, just 8 straight up. Either 8 or 10 straight up because of the hat. Yes.
That's what I was trying to look at for, but it's gone now. No.
I bought the pie thing, that thing I ate or some shit.
The burger.
The burger.
That was 3, I think.
I think I bought something else with it.
Yep.
So it was like a double low points one, like 2 low point things.
Yeah, it was 2 low points. I'd say I'll put Huggus at 6, and then for now until you do your homework, Guy's at 10. If you do indeed perish, you'll get a refund on your not a full refund. You'll get a half refund of on your cool points, just so you know.
And I also got upgraded my great bolt. That was like 5.
Yeah, I like the purchases being. This is why I like the purchases being logged as just what do you call it? Text rather.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I just missed it. I thought I always messaged you, right? So let me just.
Yeah, you always message me. Same with Dawn's, honestly. So it shouldn't be too hard to find the cool points purchases, at least. Like you guys tell me like confirm purchase on blah, and it's like not bad.
I thought I had it written down. I can't find it at the moment, so I'll just check the chat.
What's that? The blacksmith god, the dwarven one, Morg something.
Morgan.
Yeah, how do you spell it? M-O-R-G.
Moradin, is it? Oh, I can't remember.
More than the Moradin for that's more than the legendary upgrade.
Yeah, I did.
That one was 5.
Yeah, I did that one.
Okay. So you have quite a bit. You have 11 spent on Huggus then.
Damn.
No, the Dragon War.
You'll be gone forever. Ooh, shit. Another one. Let's see. We are in crazy place.
Let me know when you guys are ready.
I think I'm on 17.
Oh, what from?
Reset files, Head of Madness is 7 and 7. Then Super Key is 3. So, yeah, 17.
Since Super Key was never in effect in any scenario, you bought that like pretty like while he was dead. I'd say you get a full refund on it if you die here.
Okay.
That's the only exception. All right. Who the hell is this guy? All right, John Hathcock.
Very good.
There's Rendley
Change
with
my
the
name.
gambler's rapier. Nanook. The Chalice of War.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Fire Emblem Heroes. Books up.
Are we aware of the level of risk involved in the coming challenge?
You can only assume as much. You're back at this nexus with your preferred. You got told think in your best. Use your imagination and just retrieve whatever it was you were missing, whatever it was you had at once in life. Your hat was already there, so you don't need to worry about that. So it's whatever guys had as well.
Because the earlier message was the less people, the safer it is. So
Correct.
we're down 2, so it should be theoretically safer.
Yeah, you the Viking champion is no longer with you. He was not freed, I believe.
No, you said he. Wait. He came with us, didn't he, Friendly?
The Viking from last session.
Yeah. Because you said it was good that we didn't free him because it would have triggered a whole bunch of shit.
It would have
The
triggered
ta-
a whole bunch of shit, yes, but he's not. I believe
it was
due to
just-
not freeing him.
It was just us two at the end, I think.
Yeah, I believe it's just you two at the end.
Like we appeared and then no one else was around.
Correct.
Sounds like Sam.
I remember you voicing it, but I don't remember when. It might have just been like memeing though.
I mean, regardless of what happens, there since you didn't free him, I'd say just for now, yeah. There's only the two of you in this in the Shadow Realm. There, although there lies before you the chosen your chosen item, there also lies only 2 pathways. The entirety of the realm is like looking into an endless expanse of like the astral sea, but in the ethereal form. Lots of the green mists hang about. Stars distant in the sky that you're currently on. If you look down from the platform, you don't see the world of Edorachi anymore, and you don't see you only see the endless expanse of the astral sea. It's here. When you used to hear the voice of the Mad Merchant, it used to be just like ever present, very, very clear to hear. But when he speaks once more, it's very distant. It's just like it's like if you have the headphones on and the volume was all the way down to 1, and he's speaking clearly but very, very, very quietly, very distant, and you guys hear, just able to hear, the options before you. The red door leads to a challenge in which is rather safe to pursue, but only one of you are able to finish. The blue door is a serious challenge, a seriously difficult challenge, but which, upon completion, the both of you are free from the realm. Choose wisely. There you go. Your 2 options.
When you say serious challenge, how serious? Because the last challenge was supposed to be a challenge, but there was no chance of winning.
There's no response.
Well, clearly, Huggus, none of us are as traitorous as Bisco.
Me.
I chose my mirror for my item. Clyde.
Okay.
Mirror. Yeesh.
Yep. There's a proper name for the mirror now. It is the. It is now branded the Mirror of Fates.
I was gonna gamble and go for use pick my tome of Constitution.
Did you not use that already?
You did.
I was gonna see if the time was different and hopefully get back, and then maybe it's like, you know, it was like
Maybe.
a thousand years past in this
Maybe,
area.
yeah, maybe time works differently in the realm of madness. You can gamble.
But I'm gonna take I'll take my bow.
The great bow. A safe choice. A ranged option.
Yep.
What are your thoughts there, Willie?
Well, I want to get both of us out.
I feel the third choice is currently our best option.
Is a third choice?
We wait until Kitty pulls us out.
Ah, good old Kitty. Did you talk to her?
I did.
Oh wow, you can reach her from here?
Not from here, but from the room I made before.
Oh. What did she say?
She acknowledged that Bisco was the traitor. And I think she said she would help us.
Just reminded me of Bisco again.
I did.
Start feeling sad again.
And Kitty was to gate you two?
She was going to try and help us. I didn't have enough words to offer anything else.
Okay. What sort of help does she try?
I had no idea. That would have been up to Kitty. I'm assuming she's going to do something along the lines of contact Bethany. But
Okay. In that case, In that case, that is more doable. You wait and wait. 8 hours pass. What do you do to pass the time?
I'm going to start spamming shit like commune. What is Bisco's family's name? What is his most dear? Not just a whole bunch of true names. We need
Sure.
revenge speed.
Let's look at commune real quick. 5th level spell, I believe.
Fifth level spell.
Divination. Yeah, 5th level divination. Not a problem.
And it's a ritual.
You
So
you ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or a no.
wait, is it yes or no for commune? Isn't it divination?
No, it's divination is the maybe omens and stuff like that. You get told that you get answered that in riddles and it's just going down. But I'd just as a note, divination with the mad merchant is probably not a good idea.
Hmm.
Commune is definitely the better choice, but it is sadly only yes or no.
Which one lets you ask a question?
You can try wish. As you guys contemplate, there's like a bunch of board games that pop up for you to pass the time.
I think I would try divination.
There's a okay, sure. Let me read divination real quick. As there's Prominence Monopoly and Empire Game of Life that pop up
Oh,
for you guys to play.
we'll be playing against himself, I guess.
Yeah, it's the Game of Life is probably the best one. I'll roll a d20 real quick.
And me?
Yeah. See how lucky you are in the Game of Life.
Man. Cool.
16. I mean, you get to marry your chosen loved one. You end up being like an Empire knight captain. It's a pretty good life. You even rolled and like helped defeat a dragon at one point. And you get pretty invested and just like play for 3 hours straight on your own.
You just see Welby entertaining himself out of just laughing.
You're like, oh, like you pulled a card and it's like you lost a treasure, but you gain like a blessing from the god that you managed to like just pull. It's a great game. Divination, 4th level. Let's see. Your magic and an offering you put in. Oh, you need an offering. Ah, yeah, you don't have any. You can't really get an offering here.
How long do you want to wait, Wilby?
You can wish an offering.
I could
Technically.
wish to fabricate.
Oh, you need. Well, to fabricate, you need the substance. I
But
believe.
to cast a wish, the spell requires no material. And one of the
Oh.
materials for fabricate is substance.
True. Fair point. In that case,
I think I would.
okay.
I wish to cast the fabricate spell to create all the offerings I'll need for a substantial amount of divination spells.
You hear a, not a problem. And not from the Mad Merchant. As as when you cast wish. Oh, this is interesting. There's a new person talking to me. What?
More
And,
voices in my head, always a good sign.
Always a good sign. As you get it done. Not a problem. And as you cast divination, let's see. The DM offers a truthful reply. The reply might be a short praise, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. What is your question?
The person we knew as Bisco, who introduced himself as Bishop Kovac, what is his true name?
My dear, you've already said it. You hear the voice very loud this time. Omnipresent, but still like loud in your voice. Let me double check his character. Yeah, that's it. That's all he says actually.
Second time around. The person we know of Bishop Kovac. You spoke dearly of his sister. What is her true name?
Known to him as JJ Kovac, Jennifer Jackson Kovac is the name.
Thank you. And then commune. The person known as Jennifer Jackson Kovac. Is she living?
You see the dice roll before you, and there's like just all these words that are just like labeled on it, and then it stops, and it faces up, and you see no.
Excellent. The person known as Bishop Kovac. Do his parents live?
Reaches out. Yes.
Unfortunate. The person known as Bishop Kovac. Is there anyone he holds dear who has fallen other than his sister?
Unsure.
The challenge through it's the blue door that's the both of us, right?
What was it? Sorry.
The blue door is one that's for both of us, right?
The blue door is the difficult, but you are able to complete it both.
The challenge through the blue door. Comparing the difficulty between the first challenge and the palette challenge we just did, where does it fit in the scale? With yes being towards the first challenge and no towards the last challenge.
You hear a response. A laugh. It seems to equate to unsure.
Well, I think we could try sending a few more times. It is rather taxing, but I think the blue door is the way to go.
Okay.
With your intelligence, you would know gating you out is not the ideal way, because if they were to try and gate using your true name, they would just gate the body, which is dead. You are currently a more emphasized and like living soul, much like the souls that are damned to like an eternity of hell in hell, and like the
Yeah, the true resurrection would be the way to go.
true resurrection, or that of just being able to contact you would be and directly talk to you. Another one would be astral projection.
Astral projection is super risky though.
Yep.
I did consider
Correct.
that when you said we're in the astral sea. Or can see through the astral sea. Well, Huggis, I think this. Oh, sorry, will be. I think this is something that's been a long time in the coming. You know, wake me up in about 4 hours, and he's gonna trance.
Okay. You take a
Okay.
long rest. Eventually, you'll get your spell slots back,
I'll
and
kill the dragon.
in the you did. You sadly you wanted to die of like an epic battle, but you sadly die of old age. It gets you like a pretty high score in the Empire Game of Life, but you're like, oh, it's not the ending I wanted.
Oh man.
As you finish up your game, speaking of astral projection, and speaking of Kitty asking for help, knowing Kitty, she would have probably asked for others for help as to how to actually do it.
Yeah, that's
She-
what was happening in the chat, but we never got very far for there.
Yep, not a problem. With that being said, as there isn't quite the funds without you existing, as well as Rindley not really risking to incur the wrath of his boss quite yet. Although,
Mr. Zeke.
yeah, he although he holds the amount of diamonds that is able to start the true resurrection process, he is not willing to give it. At least not yet. Yeah, he's a very simple person. He is waiting for orders, and
Yep, it's backtracks.
you know. What does happen, however, on the 14th hour of you guys just milling about, as in the 10 minutes after you finish your trance, as you're about to pick a door, an astral projection does come through. It is it is a much more casually clothed looking, but still powerful presence of what seems to be a taller, and it's been a while since you've seen her. Although, actually, the last time you did see her, the more mature looking Bethany Grail. She looks a bit her new token, but more refined. There you go.
Risky for you to be here.
You watch as like that silver cord that tethers her just seems to tether to like a distant star, and she nods. I'm here to. Should I die in the realm of madness? I'm not. I'm very confident that I'll die a normal death back at home. That I've made sure to happen. Although I believe, from what I've heard so far, she narrows her eyes. There's a bit more to it than that transpired here that requires more than just 25 words. So I'm here to at least collect information before your eventual demise. Also, nice to see you both. Living? What's...
The one known as Bisco attempted to destroy us.
She puts up a hand for a moment. She says, actually, hold on. I was meant to go in and find you. Or try and locate you as soon as... But...
We could pop into a
projecting
Disney
myself
plane.
here. Yes, I was actually meant to ask. She looks up. Are the gods' planes normally this small?
It is changed. It is the realm of madness.
Makes sense. I thought I would have to spend quite a bit to be looking for you, but this makes it easy. She claps, and she seems like she looks like a projection, but like everything she does physically seems to track. Oh, had a bit too much chicken. Excuse me. And she says, "So, apologies for that. This is odd. This is new to me. Usually, God's realms are a wide expanse, an entire world, and here it's just stairs, a platform.
There's multiple worlds through all these portals, and while there's only 2 visible now, trust me, there is much, much more."
Her scrunchy, angry face is like gets a bit more angrier, and she goes, I see. Well then, I'm glad I caught you at an opportune time. Do explain for me what this Bisco did.
When offered an opportunity for us to all escape in order to best further the war efforts, instead chose to try and destroy us.
What for? Propagate his own ambitions? Escape on his own?
I suspect so. He was offered something we're not sure of. So he does have a history. The first time we met him, he attacked our cleric.
Did he now?
It was one of the first actions in combat. I believe that honor is only the face of the card, but once it's flipped, his true intentions are shown.
Make either persuasion or deception, whatever you're trying to get through.
I am going to subtle spell glibness.
As you subtle spell glibness, her eyes track onto yours. What are you up to?
Attempting to convey the gravity of the situation, and I'm going to go persuasion because everything I've said is true.
Okay. For some reason, glibness does not take effect. 8 plus 15, 23. Okay. She nods, and she goes, carry on.
Aside from that, we started with there was the Drow King, which I assume got sucked here because I ripped his soul out. A Viking? Question mark. He's around here somewhere. My perception is not the best.
I know of... Why? No, it's the realm of madness. I believe I shouldn't question, neither should you.
And well, the Bisco was here there, and then obviously Welby and I.
I was out. I've confirmed. Scrying on him is impossible.
Gating did not work either.
I am here to... Well, by the tone of what you're going for, I assume you have no idea what is going on with his mind?
Personally, I do not care. I am going to destroy him.
She puts up a hand there. That may not be necessary.
Necessary or not, examples must be made.
To what end?
Vengeance.
Ugh, she says, rolling her eyes. In that case, fine. But know that my magics are normally... As you can see, I can pierce through even the most strongest of the anti-magic. And whatever is affecting your friend, whatever he got, whatever it is he gained from this supposed betrayal, can no longer be traceable. There are only a few of these people out there in the world. They are at large the most wanted of criminals, as well as murders and killers of extreme repute. Apparently a couple of them blessed by the dark god Draxal, the god of assassins, as well as just those that have acquired artifacts that my magics even cannot pierce through. So you're going to have to be creative to exact upon this vengeance.
Oh,
But
I
just so
shall
you
be.
know, I'll help you out here.
You would?
I've done-
And inside.
Make an insight check. 21. The normally hard to read demeanor, while she looks permanently angry most of the time or just grumpy, the demeanor that she shows so far when she said I'll help you, she tenses slightly. There's a slight bit of hesitation, but it's mostly truth. As in, she regrets. She's probably regretting helping you, but she seems to be about to be helping you. And she nods as she says that. She says, His family resides in my domain.
It's unfortunate. Perhaps you should forget anything you've ever heard about me. Because they are not safe either.
She smiles. South of Everdale lies a village. In the outskirts, where we hold our testing grounds for the Grail Wizards, the upcoming every 2 years. Just north of those grounds are a village, unnamed, but parts of Everdale. They live in the second largest hut, so to speak, peacefully. Of course, I will indeed forget anything I've heard, and in which what is the correct wording here? Should you wish to enact upon the vengeance, of course, you did not hear such information from me.
It's perhaps a way to spare them and still have the intended effect, though I promise I shall reduce any suffering they may have.
I do not care how much suffering you inflict. I know of the feeling of wanting to enact vengeance. I wanted to for a long, long time now. There's a
perhaps some
particularly.
quid pro quo. Who are
What
you
did you just
after?
say?
Maybe some quid pro quo. Who are you after?
There's a certain drow walking out there with the sword of a once beloved friend. And he is very, very lucky his goddess shields him from my sight.
I see. Which friend is this? And do they have a connection to the sword still?
No, sadly no. I've tried that way. Of course, you haven't seen him in a while because he has not returned from his assignment. Arthur has perished,
I see.
and he cannot be resurrected.
Wait, Arthur died.
Arthur died.
Oh, no more bad news. And he's gonna slump and feel even worse.
If I should be
She
able
grimaces
to
a
at
bit.
least bring him back, perhaps you could help me make an example.
Make another persuasion check. "23."
Not
She
bad.
goes, "And how would you go about doing this?"
Well, Bisco, while a traitorous scum, seems to be new to the level of deception. While most of these blessings affect the wearer, I know all too well that they seldom affect the steed.
Carry
And then
on.
I'm going to go, commune. What is the true name of the steed that Bisco Corvac currently rides?
And you hear in your head, "Well, actually, he decides on that, and he currently names it Agony."
And then you'll grin. The true name of the steed that Bisco Corvac currently rides is Agony. Perhaps let's try scrying.
I can do that. Although she instinctively reaches for her staff, and then she realizes, oh,
Believe me, I've done that so many times, and Wilby here looks at me like I'm crazy.
I'll have to do that in my world, but that is indeed a good start. But I digress. How are you if you are able to bring Arthur back? How would you be able to do that?
I believe it is something that is perhaps not appropriate to discuss with a member of the council.
Her eyes narrow.
But
I am the only member of the council that it should be appropriate to discuss with. This.
But you are not a champion of a god.
She folds her arms. At this point, currently at this point, maybe not so in the next few years, and even less in the next decade if I live even. But at this point, the gods themselves are beneath me. At least in raw power. There's a lot of them that can be creative, and I hate that.
We're going with creative here. Perhaps you'd like to witness something. It's something a long time coming, and he's going to take the mirror out. Put our arm over Welby's shoulder, leaning into it. Time stop.
Okay.
And I don't know what happens, but apparently when I time stop, the mirror upgrades.
Digivolve.
You watch as the mirror itself just there is like a Bethany seems to also stop in time, surprisingly, when you do it here.
That does surprise me, but I
Yeah.
guess it's only a projection.
Yep. The mirror itself, in the roll for the seconds, by the way. Roll for the rounds.
It's D4?
D4 plus 1, I believe.
2.
Two rounds. Okay. In the 12 seconds that you're able to look at this and freely act, the mirror is not within your grasp, but there where the mirror was, not quite an upgrade, but you see what looks to be like this rift of sorts. And beyond this rift, make a wisdom saving throw. As you look into this rift. 15. Ah. Well, it's a magical effect, sure. So 18. Good enough. That's actually the DC for this. You can at least look into what looks to be, and with your intelligence, you see now just like a writhing mass of what looks to be just like arcane energy that turns itself into like black tentacles that just like ooze out of the rift, and then switch on back, and then you see many eyes. You look into the gate, and it seems to like expand out into just millions of eyes, and then expands back into the rift again, and then you see, and then you think, what I'm looking at is, oh, well, this is rare. It's a direct portal to the far realms. Do with
Are
it.
they easier to escape from than the Realm of Madness?
You get the feeling they are definitely like on a scope beyond godlike, because the layers that border and are very out there are bordered by the very borders at which the far realms even hit first before reaching into any contact with the material plane are the realms of the gods themselves.
Okay.
You'd think
Probably
no,
don't want to jump through.
probably not, but it's probably not a good time for you to send something in, so to speak.
Hmm.
Not an upgrade, but it's a little key. Man, that's a long time coming.
It is.
Do you do anything in the? Actually, in the you'd be staring at it for a while. You'd be entranced, and then Bethany blinks once more. What's happened there?
Portal to the Farm Realms. Not what I expected.
She blinks again, like dumbfounded. The first time you've seen her do that in a while, she just goes, "Huh? Hmm. What do you mean not what you expected? What did you do exactly?"
Upgraded an item. You know, that minor magic the gods do.
I sense no. Well, it's not like I can detect everything here in this form, but could at least detect some subtlety that you did before, she says, with an emphasis on the subtlety. In any case, I don't fear my chances of perhaps, she speaks out loud, spectating should I go through the door, but I'm pretty sure the whatever god resides here is going to use all his power to stop me from assisting you.
I would suspect as much as well.
And you hear, all of you hear, oh, do spectate. That's completely fine by me. You can even try and help them. Of course. You know the risk. And Bethany just goes, yep. Well, that says a lot. That also says a lot about your god, and she just shakes her head. Really, dude? Could you have picked a? It's one of the worst ones.
I take affront to that.
She says. She smiles and she goes. It just means take it as a compliment. It means if you complete whatever dubious and impossible tasks he gives you, he's also one of the strongest ones.
I hope so, because you're relying on him to bring your friend back as much as I'm relying on him to rip
Eyes
the
narrow.
life out of a certain prominence member.
Oh. Sure. I've had
Well-
no time to forward plan any of this, so I'm interested to hear on what you have to say about this creativity and bringing back and stopping a certain someone.
While we're here, Welby, is there any message you'd like to pass to Kitty?
Oh right, yeah, that was probably my second part.
What
I've got a notepad.
do I say?
I'm pretty sure it passes through astral projection, and should it not, I will remember everything.
I think he'll
not-
like.
I'm not
Let's
creative
see.
like you lot, but I maintain every sort of perfect memory, perhaps. Well then, do go on, spit it out. Confession of love.
Tell her we'll be back home soon.
We'll be back home soon. Well, how rather optimistic of you. Anything else to hide any unforeseen and You know what? I won't even get to that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so no porn you'd like for me to destroy as your final remarks. I see.
Oh
She writes it down.
no! Don't destroy. Distribute.
What? Ugh. She writes that down anyway.
Yeah, have you not got Huggis's latest edition?
Wait, you're actually No, I'm not interested. And no, she just said.
Oh, I got an idea. There's a way we can pay back Bisco. We could get his mom and dad to star in one of Huggis's
I am
editions.
not going to write that down, nor am I going to propagate such. You are
what-
despicable. You are to torture them, not like that. Although that would be
That's even worse, though. I bet
would be a prominent way to
it'll hurt.
torture someone,
real
but
man
it's
on the
just
inside.
very distasteful. I will lose all respect for you, and I will blast you the moment you are alive.
Wait, what?
She doesn't break eye contact.
I'm gonna pat him on the back. Some things are worth it. I'll make a clone for you, Welby.
Ah,
Ugh.
cool. Yeah. I'll be safe then.
Men are disgusting. Anything else?
There was a series of experiments in my lab. If it's still standing, please have someone clean it up.
Destroyed or properly cleaned up? I don't know it when it comes to you.
Unstable explosives.
That's it. I believe I know a friend of yours that has such a thing. However, I will deal with it personally. Should any of these experiments interest me, actually, in the case of your safety and out of respect for you, even if it does interest me, I will get rid of it. You have my word.
Just keep out of the green room. Everything else should be good.
Destroy green room. Destroy everything else. Keep out of green room. Destroy everything else.
If it's bubbling, it's probably bad. If it's not bubbling, you could probably just, I don't know.
What
Separate
are
it.
you doing? She just says.
There was some oozes that we found. They were
Okay, good.
they were a little bit more volatile than expected.
Which one did you get, by any chance?
It was grey. I don't know. I used it for a shock nullifier. Did not
There
expect
are
it to explode.
there are only two that come to mind. There is the blast gel slimes, and there are also the super acid gel.
It was
Slimes.
not acidic.
Well, then I don't think I need to do much work when it comes to destroying your place. I just need to tick off a few slimes. I can spare. I can spare even a projection of myself to do that for me. No, I'll do it personally. Actually, I like to see things go boom.
It's within blast radius of the rest of the Sunshine Inn.
Bit of a problem-solving mission here. I will get to subjugating such a thing. Is there anything else that is rather extremely dangerous? Are you perhaps just like a good friend of mine, Illithix, in the current production of what seems to be a super acid?
Poisons, but not acids.
Poisons, not acids. Sure.
Welby, mm,
Yeah.
you've passed the message for Kitty. What about your father in the swamp?
Oh,
I have no idea who this is, so you're going to have to give me a full name as well as coordinates.
oh, yep. His name is Pig. Pig. Fuck, I don't know what's his name. Piggle something. Where is it?
Piggle Bogle.
Piggle Longbottom.
No, not Longbottom. I think it's just Boggle or something. Piggle Boggle. I think it's Piggle
Piggle.
Boggle.
I just got Piggle. Name that Piggle.
Piggle? Sounds very gnomish.
Yep, Piggle. He's in the I'll tell her the location.
You don't know if you don't know the location, you don't know.
That's like in between, like where we
You have the map.
travel. Like
Yep.
somewhere around here. Oh, was it over there?
Yeah, I believe so. It was north of the Merchant's
Oh
Highway.
yeah, with a
Yep.
like the house
Jade
was
Forest
like over
Swamps.
here, right?
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, and the Baba Yaga house is in the grove, like the center, like
Just
the
over
circle
here,
grove
yeah.
here. Yep.
Nice.
And yeah, Piggle would be in the center of like the swamps here.
Yeah, that's
Because
what I
these
thought
were
too.
these are named and written down encounters. Woohoo! One of the first ones. And
The exact coordinates.
Bethany says, "We've walked. Arthur and I have walked to the Merchant's Highway here, but never went north." Sure. What message?
Hey Tom, it should be a new if you could take the newest edition of Huggis's book to him.
Oh, never
Probably-
mind. She says,
Yeah.
putting the notes away.
Oh wow, man!
Ugh.
Late on
You may-
delivery to him.
You may be dying or forever lost to this realm, but I am not handling porn for you.
Why don't you send like a messenger boy?
No.
Messenger girl?
No.
Messenger
This is-
halfling?
This is utterly distasteful. I will kill you here right now.
I'm already dead.
More. Oh my gosh.
But I killed a dragon in this game. Hey. Oh wait, I died in that too. Ah, damn it.
She looks at the game. Oh. I played that with my sisters.
Oh, we should play one day when I come back to life.
No.
Oh,
Actually. Sure, when the war's over, I shall entertain you.
cool. It's a date.
I will show you no mercy. She says that. I will win.
Oh, bring it.
Much better.
We
So,
could do this now, or we could wait until I escape. But is there any pertinent information on Arthur to make it easier for him to revive?
he was last seen, or last communicated with, in the currently destroyed dynasty in the southeast region of the world.
I'm assuming he has a clone, or some other means of revival,
He does.
and
But
it is not active.
it is not taking in the soul. Whatever did it, I have no reason to believe Arthur himself would refuse a revival. Not even the true resurrection would come through.
Have you divined whether or not his soul is destroyed or not?
She looks on it. Although that could be the case, I highly doubt it. Destroying, fully consuming a soul is only the work of a god. And I believe the goddess actually responsible for such a thing does not consume souls. She is able to, however, shield them from prying.
It's potentially two methods to recover him then.
I'm all ears. However, I think you want to get out first before you tell me all this, yes? Or is it something you could share now and save me the trouble?
It does reduce my leverage, which is not normally something I'm inclined to do.
I'm
How
in the
about an
mood for
agreement? If we don't escape, you make sure that Disco suffers.
Sure. I'll carry out your vengeance.
Animate the clone. Use glyphs to magic jar. Magic jar into clone. Clone rips soul.
She folds her arms. Artificial, but it could work.
Once the clone has been possessed, kill him's soul cage. Go to a protected area, release the soul, resurrect. And
That
if the
way-
council asks, I didn't say anything.
Well, doing it this way will make it so that we can at least confirm the vessel is at least usable by inputting an artificial soul and ripping it out.
Well, it wouldn't necessarily be artificial, would it? The only soul it has a connection to is his soul. And the magic jar pulls that soul. I suspect casting the jar at a higher level would be conducive to a better outcome.
I had come to that conclusion. I'll give it a shot.
If there's any consolation, I was going to attempt your assistance for saving your mother. If it works, perhaps we can try it a second time and I can collect that reward.
She shakes her head and she says, That one I will only do if the consequences of this one on Arthur. I have working theories as to how it might go wrong. At least two.
That's why I had not tried it yet.
The soul could be ripped out fresh. A loss of everything, memory included. And I could perhaps potentially install a puppet. The other one, should I try to forcibly grab something from a god's realm, they could, for lack of a better term, switch it. They have all the control of the souls once it is in their realm. I am not sure of the potential. This is where my mind falters. For names carry a lot. True names. It could be switched, changed in another realm, and it would comply. There has been research done on this for someone to officially change their names, even through just pen and paper, through a government official to approve such a thing. The true name of such an individual was actually changed, and thus a resurrection could not work. Names carry a powerful force in this world, and it boggles me to no end as to why. I do not wish to read any more research papers as to why, of course, but that is one thing that has crossed my mind in terms of this.
Names are what evokes memories. They're simply a representation of what they are and what we perceive them to be. Instead of using his name, perhaps substitute all that you know of him.
I can think of a way to input in such a thing into a glyph, she says, nodding. I doubt that would work for Mother, but can at least try on Arthur. You have my thanks. I assure you do not wish for me to enact upon your vengeance.
Wait until I escape. If your method fails, we're going to need Bisco to trade for Arthur anyway.
In that case, if you make it out, you'll be doing it yourself. I'm busy with this world, you see. But in any case, the world can wait. I'll get Arthur back.
Any chance you can convey me a current and relevant teleportation glyph or circle while I'm here?
She raises an eyebrow. With like that thinking face. Which one?
Anything that is on the material plane. I do not particularly care.
There has been one established in the Sunshine Inn. Just, do you have parchment on you? Do you have a thing I can write on? I'm still a tangible thing. You can touch me. I can touch you. I can
It
touch
would require a use of a 9th level spell, and I need to rest to do that again. Things are expensive here.
I have literally. What's the duration on this astral projection?
Yeah, no, it's unlimited, I believe, or 10.
Yeah, she is. I have. She begins to look at her wrist, and then she's like, "I don't have my watch here. Fuck."
Huggus, sorry, Wilby, what did you get? I'll turn around and see Wilby looking at his book. Damn it, Wilby.
Did you? Also, yeah, you picked the great bow, right?
Yeah.
And he goes.
Oh no, you got the bow.
Yeah, you got the great bow. And he goes, and yeah, Bethany just goes.
Oh, hang on.
How
We've got
long
game
do you have to
pieces.
rest?
Can you arrange? Is there a pen and paper in amongst this box?
She looks through them. Doesn't look like it. And she just like begins to be creative. She tries to arrange it with like all the board pieces, but then she just gives up. She goes, "There's not enough pieces for me to arrange how this teleportation circle would look like. Plus, you need the exact representation of what the glyphs look like around it. Everything else in the middle is the same because it's a teleportation glyph, but to where it should go is represented on the outside, and I'm afraid I need to draw it for you. So please do indeed wish it to life," she says, rolling her eyes. "And go rest. I'll pass the time, I guess. There's all these games look really. All these games touch a childhood in my touch a point in my childhood." She holds up like the Providence Monopoly and she says, "I destroyed many a friendship with this one. And I burned a face." I almost lost.
Sounds like you're so loser.
I am. That's what makes me powerful today. I enact upon my vengeance, and I see things through. Now, she says, putting the board game down. Sure, let's play. I have time to kill.
Oh, we're playing now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And she brings out like another board game for you to play though, from the pile, and you watch as she sets up what seems to be a chessboard.
This looks pretty cool.
I'll teach you.
Oh, there's a horsey.
And yeah, she teaches you the basics, and for the most part, you never win. Even if you choose to go to other board games, you still don't win against her. Even in the game of life, where it's actually mostly chance, you still don't win against her. But you at least have a bit of fun. But she seems to just pass the time. Her face doesn't really move from her neutral, like angry face.
Yeah,
And
Bobby will be like, even though he's losing, he'll be happy as he'll be like, oh man, oh okay, let's keep going. And like, you know, be very enthusiastic to keep playing, even though he gets his ass tastings.
Yeah, he's like, and she's like, it's good that you're still learning as you're losing. This is precisely what I had to do in my times. She talks a bit about her childhood, where she did indeed lose a lot, at least in the magic department, to her other sisters. But she was told by her mother consistently that she will be the most powerful eventually, and because she was just given the abilities to and the talent to just learn very, very quickly. And you see it now, like even in the game she's trying for the first time, she learns it like almost instantly. She knows what to do, and it was evident in her conversation with guys as well. Like, it was a topic she had no idea on what to expect. That was like to resurrect Arthur, and even then she expanded on it. Like she said the implications and the current and the possible consequences. And as you get like those thoughts, probably like forced into you because she is around, 4 hours pass by, and then very quickly you kind of you transfer like the first 2 hours, and then you realize you just need to lay back. Actually, you just watch them play some some board games, and as that time passes by quickly, you get your spell slot back, and you wish upon parchment for her to write on.
I'm going to be slightly more efficient. I'm gonna rub the bridge of her nose, like, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. I wish for a fancy calligraphy set. I wish to cast Fabricate to create a fancy calligraphy set whose pens that are able to write and also act as tuning forks to the plane of madness, the plane of fire, and the material plane. I have got arcane proficiency, and I am proficient with calligraphy set.
Okay. Well, I guess you can. In order to make tuning forks, let me read Fabricate real quick.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have been to two of them. The plane of fire, I have got a tuning fork and haven't been able to study it.
You need raw materials. Let's see.
As long as it doesn't go over 25,000, I believe we're good.
It does not. However, tuning forks are magic items, and they usually can't be created or transmuted by Fabricate.
Yeah, which is just why I wasn't sure. Wish might let me shortcut.
I mean, you can. Yeah, you can make something that is akin to like a tuning fork. And then Bethany glances over to that and she says, "You'll have to enchant it. The process takes usually a week. You'll have to imbue it and stay within the presence of said realm, and then it will be attuned to it."
Looks like we're getting a madness attunement fork. Great.
Well, I mean, was that not your intention?
The material one would have been far more useful.
What for? I have a couple of those in my right. She says, looking at her.
Oh,
That's
right. Just hand them over then, please.
She narrows her eyes. I wish I could. I keep forgetting, actually.
I'm going to hand over the parchment and fancy pens.
Takes a look at it. She nods, like satisfied, and she's got perfect drawing, actually. Like traces like the most perfect circle, just like without any sort of like implements to help her. And then you watch as like she feels like the outside of like the certain glyphs. You recognize the arcane glyphs to be just like the coordinates. It seems like there's like the z-axis and y-axis is like hard to read. But the x-axis is like represented at the bottom. That's as far as you can understand with the arcana, which is still pretty good. And then as she finishes it up, she hands it over to you. There, at least towards the Sunshine Inn.
Thank you. In exchange, let me tell you about the Drow King, and I'll give her a rundown on what I've learned.
Okay, she nods, unfazed, and then she just says, "Is it possible to? We may not have the need for it, but do you think he made it out on his own from this realm, or is he truly lost here? What do you think?"
Depends on the level of corruption of Cholf. Whether or not she would deem to bargain for him.
I don't believe so. At least from the religion I know. As far as I'm concerned, once they die, they are either sacrificed to her firstborn in her own realm. She does not consume them herself. So they lay there as if it's their own hell. As for dying drow souls and other gods' possessions, I only know of a few examples, and that would indicate that the drow themselves are not worshipping Cholth at all. Of course, I don't think that is the case for the Drow King here. I believe he just got pulled with you because he was under your control. Is that correct?
I suspect as much myself.
We can't rule that out, but there is it is a high probability that that is the case. In any case, however, in the other extreme cases, just in case he is there, I will assign a couple of my assistants to at least try and track down such a person. I know of their name at least, but I'll do your tricks to figure out the true name of such a person, if it exists.
It does come in handy. All right, I think I'm resting, and then we're having a go at the blue portal, unless you've got any easy ways to pull us out of here.
I can forcefully do so, but I'm afraid if I do it, I'll end up with your dead bodies. Dead souls, bodies. Both.
Could we not just resurrect from there? Divine magic is not my strong suit.
Neither is mine, which is why I'm hesitant in doing so. It also means challenging your god, and frankly, I have my hands full. I'd rather conserve most of the energy I have right now into defeating the one that is stuck in the prime material plane. And of course, as of this very moment, in my current form, I can't hold a candle to him, especially in his realm. You just hear a smart girl. Very arrogant, though.
He is partial to bribery.
She thinks long and hard.
If you want to test some things, maybe you could try saving some of those other friends we made. Like Tripic and Frog number 1, number 2, number 3.
She's ignoring you here. She's still thinking.
I think frog number 1 and 4 have roles to play once we escape.
And then she replies to the previous statement once more as she finishes thinking. She says, "Might not do me any good to ally myself with any god at this point. If I strike a deal with your god right now, I believe I would be at a severe disadvantage against the other gods. I do not want to commit." She says, smiling. "I just realized that was very, very close of me to be striking a contract." And you guys just hear a, "Damn, close, nice one."
I did try.
I respect the hustle. If I were to go into some sort of rampage, I'll kill this god last. Just for you.
I suspect you would not get the chance.
I don't think so either. But I am at that point now in which even I think I'm holding a bit too much power in the world.
Power leads to corruption. Corruption leads to madness, and madness is where he is the strongest. Don't worry, I'm sure he'll put you down if it needs to be.
Precisely why I didn't take the deal in the first place. It's good to stop and think for a while, and I advise you to do the same. That's the only advice I have to give in terms of going forward with all this. Do be careful.
Clyde, when I was
Oh,
looking at that portal, did I get the impression I could put something in it?
Just like the other portals, yeah. Like you could throw something in it, and like you don't know the outcome of it unless you step through yourself.
I see.
But like there was an example. There was like I believe there was like some signs you took, and you had like dropped like a bunch of things there, like thrown a sign in, and once you entered, there it was as well.
For the previous mirror, there has been no portal. It's just been I've disappeared.
Was it sorry?
For the previous use of the mirror, it's just been me teleporting. I have not seen any portals as far as I'm aware.
Correct. Since you last looked in your mirror here, this is your last saved spot.
Don't I have to use an action for that or not?
You did when you looked into the Far Realms, actually. It still counts as a saved spot.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Folds her arms once more and she says, don't mean to be macabre, but any final words?
Elbow will be.
You elbow.
For you to go first.
Oh. If I don't make it, can you please look after my mom?
She nods, of course.
That's all.
I'll make sure she gets a start on a better life. Far from any conflict.
Thank you.
You watch as her eyes glaze over like white for a bit. Then it goes back to normal. It does work. Your mother is in a strange place.
Yeah, she's on the island, right?
Yes. I know of the person that manages such an island, and they are rather benevolent, to say the least. She's in currently good hands. That's all you should know. In any case, since this works, you watch as her eyes glaze on over white again. Takes like 5 minutes. She blinks once more, and her eyes go to normal. The horse shows up as if invisible. As if carrying an invisible thing. Countless sort of rifts seem to appear to block the person that is riding such a horse. And I don't believe I know of the place that they are in. Scrying is rather limited. But they seem to be in some sort of forest.
It's the details that get you in the end, isn't it?
That's all I could have. Well, you'll need to apprentice someone with better eyes and teach them scry, in order to really figure out where he is at all times. But should he appear in somewhere that is rather evident and obvious, that would be a time to strike, I believe.
My lady, you're thinking too small.
She raises an eyebrow. Do
What?
entertain me.
Why chase him when you can rip the steed to us? If he comes through, excellent. If he doesn't, we have a portal to his location.
I believe such magics would be blocked. Although I may be thinking too hard. That could be a solution. Yes, of course. I was just thinking if the gate itself or the scrying is blocked directly on the targets. If such a gate was opened in the vicinity of, perhaps it may not work. But there's only one way to find out, and it is not too inexpensive to try.
Indeed.
Not too expensive, not inexpensive.
Why don't you do that thing what you did with Aaron and just make another Aaron, and then he can tell you all of his memories.
You mean a clone of Bisco?
Yeah. If you make another clone of Bisco, and then...
Are you talking about Bisco or Arthur, friendly?
Is this you're tracking...
She's trying to track Bisco,
Bisco?
at the moment, yes.
Yeah. For Bisco.
Yeah, and then she says, I believe I can make a simulacrum that would be under my control. However, I will need some sort of... I believe I need a substance from him. And I do not have such a thing.
I might, but I'll have to search my bags when I get back.
That would make things a little easier. I could search through such memories. But that would be more of a use of a psychological warfare, which I am not familiar with. In any case, the last bits of information, at least, that I have withheld from now, and I can at least trust you two to not ever touch. Should you pursue Bisco, take hold of him, do it as you will. There should be something, maybe aptly named, called, and very few of these exist in the world. So, I believe these are what is causing the anti-mind reading and scrying and such. Something called the Orb of Treachery.
That does sound like it's in his nature.
Should such an orb be present and is visible to you, do not even go near it. Let it be. Call for me. Actually, at that point, any council member you may have access to disperse of it.
Would disintegrate suffice?
She shakes her head. It's an artifact.
Unfortunate.
Well, in
While
that
punching
case, no. That is going near it, that is touching it. That is precisely the two things I do not want you to do.
Oh.
Means of isolation.
Cage it. Whatever. Just make sure no one else is to go near it. Should it pop up, of course. If it doesn't, it will confirm at least the existence of an item being slippery. I suppose.
Safe distance, 30 feet, 50 feet.
Make an eye test and decide for yourself on the day. Of course, I believe I'll make sure your friends also have contingencies against you, but I believe you'll be the hardest to put down should such a thing influence you. It would take my personal intervention, at least.
I suspect as much as well.
So in any case, like I said, an eye test on the day. That being said, should it be some sort of slippery thing, we'll confirm that it is something above an artifact. We have, I believe the Hydra has dutifully classified them as such as mythical items. See any in your travel, keep it to yourself. Don't report it to us. For your own safety. Because it's on the level of that, of which I explained, of which my magics, which usually can pierce through the veils of even the gods themselves, they cannot. So, funny you mentioned the Far Realms before. We suspect they are items of such nature. Items from the Far Realms.
Do you think a portal of the Far Realms could be a bridge back to the material plane?
Quite the opposite, I'm afraid. Unless you have some sort of connection there to some eldritch god being. I believe only the most fathomless and unfeeling of warlocks and sometimes sorcerers have connections to the Far Realms. So if you're one as such, then go ahead and do so. But since I found you here, and this is nowhere near the Far Realms. This is actually quite contrary to popular belief. The Realm of Madness is one of the least affected by the Far Realms. And you guys hear a voice. She's right, you know. Got a bit of controlled madness. I'd hate to be touched by those gross people.
If you were to face a trial of madness, what items would you take to prepare? Assuming you're starting with nothing.
She thinks on it for a bit. And then she says, I wouldn't take the offer, she says, smiling. I dare not make more deals with the merchant, for that is the way he thrives.
We are here currently, though.
Bit contrasting to what I just said. In that case, negotiate. You are able to do that. Yes?
Hey! How do we reduce the difficulty?
And you hear, first you see Bethany go, huh, what is, and you see like the cord just like There's like a giant piece of scissors that just apparates out of nowhere, and you watch as she just immediately turns and like disintegrates like one, and you see like 5 more appear, and she goes, oh, "Fuck me!" She cuts her cord, and you watch as she just goes limp. Her ethereal form face plants onto the platform, and then just disappears. And then you guys hear the voice. Oh, she learns fast. And you watch as like the form of the Mad Merchant, the person in just the white mask, white top hat, and the white tuxedo, and his white walking cane, strides from a white portal that apparates in the center of the platform.
Not gonna
Places-
lie, I did consider chopping that myself.
Places his hand on the staff, and he says, "Regardless, that wouldn't have helped you.
That's what I figured.
In fact, she ended up helping you quite a bit. But that's enough talking from her." His hands seem to be more of like the impatient sort. He's like just playing with like the top of like the star cane he's holding, and he says, I am indeed open for negotiation. And depending on what we discuss here, you can even immediately just be back on the material plane with your friend there, Welby / August. He snaps a finger, and you watch as most of your belongings, just all of your belongings, return to you. For both of you.
Interesting,
Oh,
but I do
wow.
not have much to trade.
Oh, no, that's a reward. I did not expect you to bring about help in such a way. I didn't expect you to bring such a creature as well. You know, I have to openly admit she was not lying when she said she could have taken me. She was just in the wrong form. If she had come here personally, I would have taken some drastic measures to make sure. I don't know. I apologize in advance. I probably hold you hostage.
I would have done the same thing.
So you understand. Of course. How can I help? You had called for me personally now, and I know for what. So I am very interested to hear what you have for me.
Well, he's going to open up his bag. I've got jars and vials, and in fact, there is nothing here that is of use.
Indeed. Maybe cut to the chase a little. You know what I am here for, and you know what sates me. At least you know of one. I'm rather curious as to what you could offer me in the material world, and what I could perhaps come and collect if the debt goes unpaid. And I am interested to see what sort of debts may be accrued should you wish upon a contract. Oh, I love negotiations. Are they just fun?
In which case, I would like to bring up a point: breach of contract. You said previous one was a challenge when there is no way to possibly win.
No, of course it was.
Please explain.
Cooperation. Of course, that was rather impossible. But it was only a near impossible.
False. The agent that did not cooperate was yours.
True. But you could have convinced him as such to do so. Of
Are you
course.
suggesting I could outconvince a god?
He nods.
Then please release us with no extra debt. And you smile.
That I cannot do, of course. I'm free to shut
Then-
down these sorts of negotiations that do not benefit me. However, the person, or at least the the froggy, that you could have tried to talk to at least. There was at least something that was a bit holding them. But of course, it is not information that you could have known. It is the lack of information that has prevented you from doing such a thing, thus making it impossible. But there was a chance for you to be curious about where they could have come from, maybe what they could have done. There's all sorts. But of course, that's the if and when, and that when has already passed.
But you just said that I could potentially convince a god. Well, you said, no, explicitly I could convince a god, and yet I requested something, and you do not seem to be
No,
convinced.
Yes, exactly. You can convince a god.
And
Doesn't have to be
you
me.
are a god.
In a sense.
And it was your agent, so to convince him would be to convince you to give them authority to acquiesce. And because I can't convince you, then I cannot have convinced him, therefore it was not a challenge.
Quite. Like I said, you are just not curious enough.
Tell me.
We can go on in circles and circles, but
For my own benefit, could I have convinced him in the time it would have taken for him to speak 3 words?
perhaps depending on the words that you have said. Or depending on how willing they were to listen, of course.
And I would have
No.
had to have convinced 2 people.
Correct.
It does not seem possible.
Exactly. Does not seem possible. But it was there, regardless. Now, you bring about an interesting point. The reason why I said you can convince a god is because it surprised me. The tone changed when he says surprise me, like he shifts immediately, preventing him from saying something as he stops himself there. And then he continues saying, What is it that you wish to negotiate, if anything at all?
Well, I was hoping after we escape this, a fate shift. You've offered it before, and for no payment. Though this time I think I'd like to contribute some souls.
Ho ho ho. Yes, do carry on.
There is a figure called, or known as, the Oracle of the Oasis, who died in the war.
Indeed.
I would like to shift the soul-ravaged fate, the time-ravaged fate, the damage done to his soul, to one named Bisco and his family. This would assist us by allowing more power into capable allies and create more madness within the world. Of course, throw in a handful of drow souls, sweeten the deal.
That is just on the cusp of the utmost of my abilities. For you see, if I were to do that, you would change your current fate. Of course, you would be brought back to this timeline. But is it really something you wish to go into?
Well, I am of the understanding that should the Oracle be present, then this, flick the mirror, will have a greater capacity, in which case perhaps I can change my timeline.
Wow, that is a tricky timeline. That is a that is an enemy that you did not expect to be making. You'll of course speed up within that timeline to have that soul ravaged be instead of the Oasis Man to be of that of Visco's, of which Visco was never meant to take upon the mantle of a sergeant, to die a horrible, painful death even before his time should come.
If possible, rather than that, I would like to have him visibly seeing his family suffer.
Would be the case. However, are you sure you would not see this? You would not see this happen yourself.
How about we have a reasonable challenge for the blue portal? We get out and we sweeten the deal. Bring back Arthur too.
And what do you have for exchange?
We'll go through this blue challenge, a reasonable challenge. I hope.
Of course, of course. I guess since I am the merchant, I am meant to be putting down some extra conditions of myself. Let me think on it for a bit. Oh, I have come to an accord, of course. Is there any city in the world which you do not like for any reason at all?
There was this one city that I did not particularly like.
Do tell.
The Undercity in which the Drow came from. I'll give them the name, wherever I scribed from previously.
You did not get any name from it, I believe.
We got some names from Will. I don't know.
Will?
I don't remember them.
He named the houses. I believe he named the houses. He actually specifically left out the name of the city.
Ah.
Yeah.
Did we recover any names from questioning prisoners?
Probably not. There was no. There's no push for that information. That's why. Pertinent to the time.
I remember we were making a push for the city to look at hitting them from behind, right at the.
You were pushing for positions, movements, and locations, not the actual city information. But that's fine. And he says, what about on the surface?
I haven't been to many cities.
Then I'll give you a timetable.
There was a city being built on the Oasis, but I don't know if that's what you're referring to.
Oh, of course not. You see, I actually enjoy and like the Drow currently. They are sowing quite a bit of chaos and madness throughout the world. It is very much making the people move about and actually take action and where it matters the most and where it should be placed. These Drow have indirectly and inadvertently made the people realize whom the true danger is. Your friend over there, that one that I just cut from this place, is dealing with them personally. Although she's dealing with it in a rather brute force way. I do not wish to have followers like her, regardless of how strong they may be. You see, they lack quite a bit of creativity. And exactly. They lack a bit of that pizzazz, that flair. She at least possesses the capable potential of becoming as such, but she is not choosing. She possesses the intellect and, of course, the potential creativity. But she looks forward too much of the time. I like my followers to be. Oh yeah, that was close. I like my followers to feel as if they were prey, yet have the eyes of a predator. Be aware at all times. Kind of like this one. He's doing a very good job, actually. I wouldn't mind him being some sort of warrior for me. He says, and you watch as like you blink once, and he's already at the side of Welby, and he pats him on the head. You're doing a good job there, little buddy. Keep it up.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Yeah, not a problem. So, in that case, there is quite a few things you can do here in the world that would sow chaos. But I'll leave it to the formation. Your formation. How you wish to do it. You can indeed leave now, as well as with Welby over here, alongside the lost soul of Arthur Frist. That is the person I believe you're going for. I know of the realm that they are stuck in, and I can fish them out. I'd be weak for the time being, just so you know, so you wouldn't be able to use a bit of my interventions for a month, if you get my gist. But it's only a month. As long as you're fine with those terms. I wish for you, when he says that, there's like a power that just holds you just for a bit. And he continues saying, for you to choose a city in the surface that you do not like. Listen to my wording very carefully. Destroy the city in any way you wish. And the world will move forward from then on. The city must not contain an overwhelming population of drow.
Define city. I have something in mind.
Could be as small, no smaller than Everton and Cherrytown and well, those relatively large sort of populated cities.
I think it's close, but has a higher concentration of magic. Would that suffice?
Tell me in advance, or are you going to leave it as a surprise?
There is a floating castle that is preying on the Fae, and I feel their coming up is due.
I know of two in the world, and I'm afraid they don't classify as cities.
Unfortunate.
Although I do know of the one that you mention, that one is rather odd. The creatures of the night control it, and I do not know why they prey on the Fae. Poor Fae. Really? No, oh, please, fucking kill them if you wish. It's, I will grant you my powers to do so, as well as provide you with some boons. should you able to do this. But I believe should you wish to enact upon that, fixing that certain injustice, the world is not going to bat an eye to it.
But the Fae would be more prevalent. And more Fae is more chaos, and more chaos is more madness.
Oh yes, of course. Which is why, please, by all means, do go for this. The world will not move forward because of it, but I would love to see what you're able to convince the Fae to do. Like I said, my friend, if you are able to convince a god, the Fae will be a cakewalk. In comparison, at least. There's still a bit of hard work, and they are not all of them, if most of them, are creatures to the word. You expect them to betray you at any moment's notice.
Do I have any learning or knowledge of other cities in the world?
That may that may be destroyed to cause this forward motion that you may
Yeah,
not
like any likely.
I mean, depends. Do you like dwarves?
Dwarves have been pretty good with me.
Okay, cool. Do you like elves?
Elves have got fey nature, which is why I'd
Hmm.
be inclined to save the elves and the dwarves. But is there any?
Do you like giants?
Not particularly.
Make a history check.
And is there any high elf cities that are of small nature?
There is actually. Also make a history check. 26. The high
31.
elven city that oh
I don't know.
Oh,
I thought you might have meant 2, but the first one's good. Then.
yeah, first one.
oh.
26 is enough. Don't worry. There's only 2 high elven cities in the world, like predominantly high elven cities that exist. One's already been destroyed, Almanae, right here on
Yeah.
the map. The other one is. Let me look in the Empire comments. The other one is Summergate. I'll give you guys the map too.
Yeah, some game.
Summergate.
The old man that I already know. It was destroyed,
Everyone in
right?
the world knows it was destroyed in like the first wave of the dragons.
Okay.
And it came on the dragons split off. Like one came onto Sunday, and like it just split off from the map from then on forward, and they were like shut down by every other free city, but they also took damages, essentially.
I see.
Summergate, you don't know of it. You just know it's predominantly high elven as well. Just like wood elf as well. The other elf. Yeah, it's around 70% high elf. Just pretty high concentration of elves.
Is there any other, like I know Drow and potentially Durga are hostile races? Is there anything else, like in the Null specifically, that might not be general?
The surface world, the surface alliance, does a
Yeah.
really good job of making
Okay.
sure they don't make like surface colonies. If anything, should they even exist, the only other one would be World's End, which
Doesn't count.
it doesn't count, as well as the other ones wouldn't count as well. But if they
Is
do
there
exist, they're less than what a city would be.
is there any hostile lizard folk? I mean, or taking from some of the other knowledge, hooligan cities that are on the surface?
Yeah, there would be. They are located in the United Southern Federation. But since then, since the naming of such, they've been peaceful, peacekeeped even. Like they were like forcibly subjugated and like actually assimilated into what is currently the Southern Federation of orcs, humans, and the tribal races in the southern hemisphere. They once were like hostile to others, but they ever since then they've been pretty cooperative.
Necromancers that hold a city state other than the Lich?
With 25, you would know it was also destroyed by the very orcs.
Damn
But
those orcs.
in the south, but it was more of a retaking. It was their true home.
Okay. So nothing like fairly local then.
Nothing fairly local. Technically, in the map that you're looking at right now, they are, although shunned by the rest of the world, the Empire is the only place that is publicly and also like enthusiastically churning out and creating necromancers, and that is located in Everdale, where the Grail residence is.
The timeline for destruction of the city,
Yeah.
is
Mad
it
Regent says,
immediately, or
I'll
are
give
you
you.
are you helping, or do I have to do it?
Of course, I'm helping. My powers are running through you. You know.
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hogwash. It's you're making things happen by your own power. You're the one being creative about it. But of course, you are channeling my powers through you. That is why you're able to do what you're able to do right now. Of course.
I see, I see. There
Um,
is one particular city that has been a blight in my eye for a little while.
Oh yeah.
Faust.
Ah, technically not a city anymore.
What is the terms of a city? It has a ruler, it has residents,
Well,
numerous residents.
true. I guess I could have been more specific to that wording, but the spell holds true regardless because of my interpretation of it. Yeah, well, does not necessarily need to have a ruler. It is just like perhaps like a collective body that governs it. It needs a government, of course. Like I said, I gave like the predestined sort of like number counter. It can't be any smaller than Cherrytown or Everton, which is around the same sort of population. Mm, that's about it. I guess if you have any more questions about that, I'll be free to answer, and it will add on to the sort of restrictions of what it could be. Because, my friend, I want you to try and maybe even fail, because you could destroy something that doesn't count as a city and could still move the world forward. Then you'll have to go around and destroy even a clearer city to be able to be destroyed. I'll give you a clue. The most populated city at the moment, discounting all the refugees that have come from all the free cities towards Fairwind City, is Swordbreak. It is just a melting hot pot of just races all around. There is the best of the people that are churned out from Swordbreak, and also the worst that has been cooked from the very, very bowels of such a city.
Would you assist me in traveling to and from these cities?
Well, of course, but like I said, like you're the one doing it. Like it's your power, and my power flows
How
through you, etc., etc.
how upset would you be if I found a loophole?
With my power?
With your
With,
request.
with my request? No, no, not at all. Of course.
Excellent. Let's destroy Swordbreak, the Madness Realm version.
Hmm. He cocks his head for a moment. You don't know about the Madness Realm version.
Didn't we go there? No, we went somewhere else.
Spire of Misery, yeah. Spire of So yeah, pretend.
No, we went to Goldenrod. Sorry,
Yeah.
Goldenrod. So
Yeah.
We could go with anything else if it's too meta and Buckeye, but I'm inferring that there's other madness cities. And the fact that he's brought up Swordbreak was just convenient.
He says,
Loophole?
He thinks on it for a bit. He goes,
It does count as a city.
it does, but it will not move the world forward. In which I
But
wanted to.
it would move the world forward because I will be joining the world. Loophole?
It is, and at the same time, not quite what I was looking for in a loophole. Sorry.
But does the Wish count it as a city?
Not that one. You see, while it is a city in all regards but the population.
Excellent. We shall summon enough people, or souls, or creatures to become a city.
Oh, poor lost souls. Now this I am here for. Take enough of them for the world to populate such a city, such as Swordbreak and mine. I will gladly hear you, and this will indeed move the world forward regardless.
He's gonna like bend down and whisper into Huggis's ear, like stage whisper. We can't destroy drow cities, but he didn't say we can't take drow souls.
There we go. He claps. That is exactly what I was looking for. Albeit, I did not make that easy for you. But you did indeed think and think for quite a bit. And with that, you watch as like the blue portal just shuts off. The red portal shuts off. And you see a white portal begin to shimmer through, and you see like the just the tavern and the inn and the cafe and like a street and just like people walking through. They don't seem to look back towards where this is, so and there
How long can you hold it for?
and yeah, he just says, "Oh, 10 minutes."
I wish a further request.
It shuts off. Do go on.
My friend here, Huggus Welby. Perhaps a means to change form physically when he wishes to. Would that be good, Philby? I know sometimes you wish to portray another character, so
Oh, but
create the
really-
image that you wish.
But really, look, I can grant this even for free. But, Welby, do you really want to take away the joy of putting up such a persona every time you need to? I don't think you would you?
I enjoy it.
Yeah, would you really wish to replace that with magic?
I like this dressing up.
I thought you were going to be the Wizard Welby. My mistake.
Oh, Wizard Welby?
Well, not so much Wizard Welby, but magical transformation.
He looks towards you guys and he just says, no, come on, let the man decide, but of course.
He did, well, I might be wrong here, Welby. You did seem to enjoy getting bigger at times.
You watch as he just reopens the portal again. I mean, in that case, just let you think on it for think on it for 2 days, and then just pray to me like you would in any other god, Mr. Welby. And if you decide to change your mind, I'll happily divulge your. Sorry, I will happily indulge you.
There we go.
Otherwise,
look, discount.
Yeah, indeed. This is a rather interesting development of such a request, which is why I'm willing to let it happen.
Oh, so what is it? Do you make me turn into Wizard Huggus? What?
No. He wishes. He is asking if you wish to be if you want to be able to change yourself magically rather than having to dress yourself up.
Oh.
Every time you wish to. Of course, I will grant you this ability, but like I said, I believe if I do, I'd be taking a joy away from you, and I don't do that very often.
It doesn't have to be entirely changed. You can still add to it, you see. Was it minor image, just different features on my face.
I mean, I'd be giving him the ability to alter such form. He can use such magics to alter the makeups, and it wouldn't be as fun, but it could be more flexible. It's up to you. Like I said, I just don't like taking away joys, which is why there's all sorts of deals I could have arranged with you, but honestly, they aren't as fun.
Fair enough.
Look, they may benefit me in the long run if I were to take away everything that you worked for, and I'd have to run it myself. But that just adds more work. Imagine having to think up and cook up a new champion, someone like you.
Oof. That's why I farmed the stuff out.
Honestly, you're not that rare of an occurrence, but still, a 1 in every 200 years occurrence is still annoying.
Oh, you're
from
champion?
A humble human, I'll take it.
No, really. You should. In fact, you're the best of the champions as of yet. You can Add that onto your resume and have that badge of honor, or stamp at least.
So, a month's time, you said?
For the destruction of the city.
No, until I can make requests again.
Oh no, you may freely use my power. But as for those specific requests where I have to intervene, you feel like he's winking rapidly and violently behind the mask. That one, yes, a month, maybe 2. Just give it a shot. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen in a time of need, and well, sucks for you. But yes.
Might you arrange it so Arthur can step through with us, so we can be the returning heroes, and arrange an outfit for Welby and I?
Oh, I can.
Is-
I can go and
is-
fetch him now, and I will use an extremely large amount of my power to do so. It is
As dashing as I am in a hat and nothing else, and Welby could really use some pants.
I mean, if you're willing to let go of my power for at least 10 years, sure.
Wait, 10 years for pants? What madness is this?
It is a madness, Rama. No, I am serious here. He stops. He like slams his cane down and he says, "Between you and me, I've been looking into this Arthur person for a while now, ever since that chick mentioned it. And what do you think he could have done to be stuck in the near the edges of the far realms? As in,
Last thing I heard from him, he was going to go and attack a drow matron, and I don't know if he returned from then. I've been kind of dead.
not possible. Chald's realm isn't. Surprisingly enough, her realm is not close to the far realms as well. You watch as like he puts his like fingers through the mask, and you hear them like chewing on his nails.
Can perhaps open a portal to make it easier for you?
No, you'll kill yourself. Don't do that.
Wait, it worked before though.
Not for Arth. Wait, what? What do you mean?
Well, you seem to be using a lot of power to get there. At least I can make a shortcut.
Oh yes, currently, if you do that, you will indeed kill yourself. If you attempt it from the prime material plane, at least all the layers of the realms will stop you from doing so, and the spell will just fail. If you do it here, you will gaze into. Yeah, I don't think your mind can. I'm looking at your whiz saves right now, buddy, and I don't think you can make it. just breaking the fourth wall a bit.
What if I blinded myself?
Same deal. It's just you feel it, you know.
Well, the offer was there. I hope it was appreciated.
No, of course, I am. I shouldn't be the one appreciative. Let that girl know you tried it. I think she'll probably ignore you, but you know it'll be stuck on her mind. Really get her thinking.
Wait, so he's not bringing Arthur, or?
Oh no, he is. He is going to take some preparations in order to bring him, which is why it'll take him a month. Or he can go in now and really like work his ass off to get Arthur's soul back, and then be what is called a sleeping god.
Okay.
A god that has expended his power. You know of those, yeah, like Apollo is napping.
Apollo is napping.
Indeed. So yeah, in a month's time, the soul will be retrieved.
If he's that far away, I'm guessing
The thing is,
resurrection won't work.
correct.
Hmm.
He said a disclaimer though. A month is his approximation. It may take longer.
Okay. Well, it does mean that Bethany will experiment for me.
Oh yes. Look, if she can pull out that soul with her power and your creativity, it can fucking work. I don't know. I don't know what the hell is I'm holding him there, but I mean, if any sort of creature is able to traverse the far realms like a god would, she'd be your man. Oh, woman, girl. How old is she? She looked really young. Yeah, whatever. That's your man.
There was another chap with us, a Viking guy. Whatever happened to him?
Oh, he's Max. He fulfilled his duty. He free. He is absolutely pissed. He really did not want to fulfill his duty. He wanted to fight alongside his newfound friends. I just wanted to see his reaction of denying it from him and then releasing him without any sort of him doing anything. He is currently screaming his mind off where he came from, wishing to be dead in order to make up for what has transpired.
Is he alive?
He is indeed alive. It boggles me to this day as to why they think us like that, but he has achieved what he wanted.
Oh wow.
I have given him his life's purpose, and that was to be a true berserker. And my guy, my word, is he the most maddened of the berserkers right now.
That's some good
Would you
news.
perhaps be able to send him dreams of the epic battle that we had without him?
I don't think I don't wish to further his madness, for it will just kill him. Yeah, mentally, don't wish to overdo it. Yeah, with these
Too much of a good thing.
Exactly. With these simpler folk, you need to tone it down a bit and adjust it so that they make the world move forward.
What was his name?
What was his name? Clyde doesn't know.
I can't remember.
Clyde-
I've been
Clyde keeps-
desperately
Clyde keeps
scratching the
forgetting.
memory.
Fuck.
He never gave a name because he was like.
No, he
couldn't,
did
right?
give a name.
He did, and he gave
Oh,
a
he did?
city,
Okay.
and he gave a whole bunch of information. And I've been trying to find it, and I remember. I'm pretty sure we went over that at like 3 a.m, and I was barely hanging on.
Yeah, I was
okay.
like, fucking hell! Like, why can I not remember this guy? I keep forgetting to jot it down too. Like,
Yeah, it would have been
So
2 or 3 for you. It was ridiculously late.
he is, at least you would know, he is like a you know how I've like been saying like the world's got like, the nations of the world has like their elite troops, like prominence as Royal Guard, the dwarves have their mountain slayers,
Mhm.
Durgar have their juggernauts. He's essentially that for his own country. Like
And he's
a champion berserker is the title.
Ooh.
he's trapped behind the pirate barricade, right?
Yeah, essentially
Oh,
the pirate
past the
barricade is the
barricade.
ones that are like surrounding. Like, it's also safe for the pirate barricade to be around this kingdom because it gives them like a foothold in the sea at least. Like, they can at least settle somewhere instead of like sailing around the world. And the kingdom that is easiest, the region that is easiest to at least barricade for now, instead of like apart from the borders all around the world, which is why they're called the border pirates. The reason why they do this is because this is the weakest of the regions. Like they can
Bunch of
raid,
barbarians.
they can do raids on it like without like heavy repercussions.
Do we have knowledge? Oh no, wait. Yeah, we could teleport there once the teleport monster thing's gone, right? Do we have
Correct.
knowledge
I mean,
of
like,
their circles?
yes. You don't have knowledge of the circles, but you have knowledge of the kingdom. You can teleport to that country, no problem.
Okay.
Pog.
He can even. I mean, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Clyde doesn't know, but Guys and Huggus knows the name at least, and you can gate him through.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
prepare for a fight. Like, he is pissed. He is like maddened.
And what of our other friends like Trippic?
Oh, they're working for me now. No, don't worry. They'll be leading a relatively good life.
The frogs. I know there's a spell that I can call upon to summon their aid.
Ah, yes. Yes, you are able to do so. The frogmen are at your disposal. Just save enough power and money in order to get them to work. I believe the planar ally requires a gold amount.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive. Would they be sufficient in their deception skills to play Bisco's family?
That's awkward. They're exceptional with their abilities, but they ribbit. They don't speak.
They don't really have to say much.
Oh, in that case,
Just look horrified and die.
I'd love to see it personally, but I don't think I can see through your eyes all the time just yet. Man, I really want to see this personally. Sure, I'd say sure, but it depends on the day. Honestly, I don't think my frogs are very good actors, but it could work.
Well, I think you've got a month of prep time for that. Perhaps you could set them on acting classes. I would request one wife, one father, one mother, one sister, and one child. The child, frog number 4, I believe, the nice one. I would like him to live, perhaps stay in this realm for longer.
Sounds like a lot of work, but sure, they can do their best. I don't
Awesome.
think it'll change much, but I'll get one of my lovely assistants to doing so. A frog leader, if you will. Those ones can talk, but they're for me to use personally.
So not a frog hemoth, a frog ampian.
I have no idea what you just said, but assumedly so. Yes, I don't even know what a frog hemoth is. I know they exist. They're just
Ugly motherfuckers.
big too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you have 3 minutes left. Is there anything else you wish to talk about? I'm
Anything in
glad
the
we came
world
to
that I
this
should
accord, by
know?
the way. Oh, sorry, what was that?
Anything interesting that's happened that I should know about before I step through the portal?
No, nothing of note. There's been some interesting characters as of late. There's been another one. Yeah, this extremely hard to catch killer out there in the loose in the kingdom of prominence. She from another god. She's very close as well to getting one of these orbs of treachery.
Hmm.
I only had to look. I only had to give mine out because I really needed to get rid of mine. I apologize. At the same time, I don't apologize. Bisco will definitely cause the world to move forward. But I am glad that you are taking the time to enact your vengeance upon him. For if you do so, you're spinning the world for me.
The other killer, who are they going after?
Oh, without even me telling them to, they are destroying a city of their own.
A useful one.
No, I don't trust them. This killer? Actually, I trust the killer so very much. I don't trust their assignment giver.
Can we recruit them?
You can certainly try. Just prepare yourself for a fight. Like always.
And who's the assignment giver? Do we know him?
The silent killer?
The assignment giver.
Oh, the assignment giver. No, of all the gods to exist out there, this one I do not like. I really, 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 really do not like. They are unpredictable in their movements, and they portray to know neither good nor evil. You may know of him as the Maker. I've lost a few deals with him here and there. In fact, he is the only god I've lost deals to.
Huh. Is there any other of his agents that we could compromise for your benefit?
Oh yes, but for my sake, since I know one of them personally, I bid you not to pursue them. You will just you'll get yourselves killed, and I may not even have to have this conversation with you. You may just be a lost soul in the realm for me, and then I will be truly sad. It'll be a loss of life. So avoid them. Avoid them at all costs if you can. Avoid the leader of the Brazen Coalition. He is indeed a follower of the Maker. Maybe even a champion of his. I'm not sure.
We hadn't heard of them, right? Like, that's Or being other. Oh no.
The Brazen Coalition is the #1 merchant guild in the world.
Yeah, but they weren't present
They
in
not
Null when I was there.
not for you, not for
Yeah.
you. They were present for the others. Actually,
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yep.
Just trying to keep timeline straight.
He was the one doing the auctions for like the Phoenix Rapier and all that,
That's right. Yeah.
and the Spelljammer Orb. He's essentially like the world's like #1 treasure hunter.
Are those the people we were dealing with and hired that sorcerer?
Yeah. The hired sorcerer was from there. The 3-armed sorcerer. The Persta girl.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's weird. The Persta girl is a mutant, and the leader of the merchant guild is a follower of the Maker.
Hmm.
Do any of my employees deserve a promotion?
Oh,
I don't know how much you've been keeping an eye on things, but
there's been a pretty interesting one that has taken upon himself to use the funds that were the funds that he had accrued, and got himself some relatively powerful magical items to contribute to this current war and to your cause as well.
can't complain about that. My gifts to the others, did they work?
Oh, one did. Not sure if you. I'm actually not sure of your other gifts. Like I said, I don't actually peer into your life too much. I love to be surprised.
I think there was a deed to a castle,
I have no
clone,
knowledge of that.
and
The clone worked. I have witnessed that personally.
the skeleton or the Oddfellow's wife.
The skeleton.
I'm guessing the other one is out of reach for the spell.
I have no idea, but you are going there to find out for me. I'm actually not omnipresent. Just so you know.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Oh, I mean, I know everything.
See, Welby, he's the strongest god ever.
Ever.
Oh.
Don't even question it. Oh, actually, in terms of that, I can hold a candle to the gods of war. Especially, I don't think Talus could beat me in his current form as well. But he's problematic in his own ways.
Oh, you sound really strong.
Oh, I am, but there's admittedly like the Miss Bethany Grail. There said, not. I'd say I'm in the upper tier, sort of strength, but I'm not quite the strongest of the gods. But they cannot kill me.
What would it take to level up, so to speak?
You should
Keep
do
up
some.
with my requests, and there should eventually be a request that would be nigh impossible to fulfill. Should you fulfill that, it's not like I'm looking to ascend, but you will definitely help me in terms of such a power. And well, of course, like a merchant should honor the deals. If you help me, they will reward you as such. Hell, maybe even you may become a god of yourself. God yourself, but
It
thus
sounds
our
like there's a
contract.
bit too much paperwork.
Oh, indeed, I'll have to fully sign such a contract fulfilled between our ends, and I'll have to say goodbye to you as a business partner and say hello to you as a rival.
I'm sure we could still do business.
Oh yeah, plenty, of course. You'd be the funnest one to talk to out of all of them. In any case, enough about the other gods. I mean, unless you have any sort of questions for them specifically about them, not for them.
Which gods are acting currently within our Fearlands?
You'd feel the influence of both Lagras, Draxal, and Maya, the most active in your world at the moment. They are currently spurring on their followers to enact upon them a certain, not for my taste, like sacrifice cultist rituals, and in the case of Maya, just oh my god, it's just gross preaching. Shivers.
Is there any other champions I should seek out that'll actually be beneficial?
Technically, the one I told you to avoid. Just buy things off of him. Just don't interact with him. It's not like he'll kill you. It's just bit of jealousy on my end, I suppose. I just don't like it when others are influenced by the maker. I just don't like the person, the god. Well, might as well be a person, and he, and me in his eyes, a person as well. And I feel a bit of reluctance saying this, but there are two upcoming ones. You will feel their presence when their ascension happens. And when that does happen, don't stop it.
It sounds as though they'll beat me.
Oh, of course. They are destined. There is a certain, what he likes to call himself, a god of fate that is predetermined as such. Just let us all know. It doesn't seem the current pantheon, me included, gives a damn. They are letting it run its course. But it's these very gods that are currently ascending that pose the most threat to us. But let the sleeping gods lie. Their hubris will be their downfall. Allow me to prepare for my own ways of dealing with them should I need to. I am more than capable of defending myself. Like I said, even if the gods are to band against me right now, they cannot kill me. I'm more of a defensive player than an offense, as you can see.
Well, I'm pretty sure most of them would struggle to find their way through the stairs.
There's like a couple that couldn't even lift their legs up. But yes, that would be the case. I would love for them to search through the many worlds here and just find themselves at a pickle and eventually just force their way out of frustration and realize there's even more worlds to search for. I'll pick them off one by one. Injure myself heavily, and even if it takes all eternity, I will eventually win. But, you know, it's precisely why I do not do such drastic things to the world, so that I do not incur such an event and a wrath. That is an eternity of bloody fucking just fighting, and I do not want that. I want to see intrigue. Mostly mystery and creativity, of course. Mostly deals. I love it when deals come to pass. You watch as the portal closes and he hears, shit. Let me.
Come on, Wilby, let's go.
He sparks it up once more and he opens it. It's up for another 10 minutes, but every time I do it, it is draining me. I mean, I am the strongest god. I can keep this up for a year.
So, about a month's time, and what shall we bargain for? Wilby, what do you think Bethany has that we would want?
Yeah, speaking my language, but part of your deal to destroy a city comes with the Arthur thing. So if she is willing to part with something, and she'll think on it very hard, that'll be an extra added bonus for me. And I might like it. I might not, if it's coming from her. So sure, attempt it. But it will not lessen your struggle for the city in any way whatsoever. But I will appreciate it. And if you manage to get something that I will love from her, that she will offer in exchange for Arthur, then I'll see it that a little bit of power comes your way.
I do have
Permanent
something.
basis.
mutual benefit for both of us. The soul cage spell. The targeting is rather limited. The power that has slipped through my fingers makes me cringe.
You want that extended, or do you want that strengthened?
Funny you mentioned giants. There was this fire giant. Vibrant soul. And he just slipped away, damn it.
Ah. I can grant you such an extension, of course. And this one I will happily trade for whatever it is that Miss Bethany will give to me. Of course.
What about the first few souls that I capture with it?
Sadly, I'll have to decline that. The quality of souls does not measure up to the whatever race they are, sadly. Also, regardless of strength, the quality of souls is determined by another weird value.
What's that?
Richness of life, he says, looking towards you, Welby. That is why he pats you again. That is why you are a very valuable soul. And I think
really?
Mr. Guys there will figure out, yes, you are very valuable.
Wow.
Yes, really. No, I'm not lying here. I would never lie in front of you.
It's true, he wouldn't.
I believe you, man. You are the strongest.
Oh, please keep thinking of that. It just makes me feel better about myself. I know the reality, but thank you.
Well, you could still do a lot of bit more core work there. Look at your belly.
Looks down.
He's gonna
Looks at you.
dabbing it.
I haven't had a proper workout in what, a century or so. Sure. No,
I could show you some exercises.
No, you do not. I am more lean muscle than I am built, and I would like to keep the lean muscle as such. But, Interesting that you'd bring that up there. Oh. I'll be getting that exercise soon, because I'll be bringing back something from a really fucked up place, and I'll have to really work my muscles for it. This is honestly ridiculous. I'm thinking of even changing the... I don't even want to attempt this Arthur thing, but...
Better jump out the portal now.
As you just you hear a... Good luck.
Do you come too, Wilby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see him just jump.
I'm a bit late.
You...
I'm like, oh, we're going.
Yes, you are. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Do we appear in the middle of Sunshine Inn?
You do. It is like the familiar street of it is the familiar street of like the cafe near you, the cafe in front of like the tavern, as well as like the across that the Persian shop and the kitty cafe that is like just adjacent to it.
Oh.
You see people just like look at you weirdly, like.
I'll invisibility both of us so we can go find some proper clothes.
As you do that, they go, "Did you just?" There's like a bit of a crowd.
I'm gonna breathe in the air.
With both of your passive perceptions, there is one that is keeping a close eye on you still, as you're still invisible. And you watch as the ever watchful eye of Bastion is just turning his helmet as you guys just stroll through the streets.
I'm gonna like breathe in the air and touch the grass. Well, we back. Are we really back?
I don't know. We should check that first. And ironically, commune. Are we in the material plane? Or
you hear a sigh, and you just like, yes.
Hey, we're back.
It's like instant reply, like just fed up with it.
I'm gonna jump onto like guys, I guess I could jump up. I'll jump and
Yeah,
hug
you
him,
go.
and I'm like, "You back, yeah!"
Hey, Free Willy, Free Willy.
You jumped and like hug him, like you have guys. You're just locked in place. He's as strong as he was before. Like, oh fuck.
Yeah, he's like hugging with one arm and the other arm up in the air, going, "Yeah!"
Nuts slapping all over the place.
Yep.
Nut slap.
You guys have clothes. For fuck's sake.
I took off my
you're not
pants and.
Oh god.
Running around.
In the next issue of your book, perhaps. As there are quite a bit of some interesting figures that you did not expect to see in the Sunshine Inn, as you guys take in the deal he had just made with the Mad Merchant. He seems to be satisfied overall, regardless.
Can I do one last spell?
Sure.
It's divination. That gives an answer, right?
Mhm.
Divination. What is the population of Cherrytown?
You just hear somewhere in the vicinity of around 69,000 people, give or take.
That is a few more than a town. Someone needs to change the name of that damn place.
You hear a I agree echoing out. Yeah, fun fact, Cherrytown is not a town. It's quite large.
How would that compare to like the Null cities? Because they are a lot smaller than that, aren't they?
Oh no, they're pretty sizable. Let's see. I'll give you the. I mean, since you're from the Free Cities, you would know. Basically, Falst was the biggest until it wasn't. Around it would be like 3 million
Oh
population.
shit! So way bigger than what I was picturing.
Yeah, it's like it's Auckland times 2, essentially.
I've been
Fairwind
kind of
Ci-
picturing like old Greek cities where you might top out at half a million to a million.
Yeah. Fairwind City is around 1 million. Donmore Deer and Bay and Luda are respectively 200,000, 300,000. The Scattered Groves totals to around 100,000, but that includes like a large landmass of like the Scattered Groves cities. Drogloon is around 1 million as well, but they are isolated from the Free Cities. They count as a Free Cities only by region and name. They are. It is mostly orcs there as well. Sundane is around 100,000, pretty small compared to the rest. Jefftown, surprisingly, is still a town at a good 20,000 people.
Shout out to Drizzle that I didn't immediately call Jefftown to be destroyed.
I thought you were gonna say Jefftown.
Yeah. Golden Leaf stands like at a good 400,000, with the majority of their population being not counted as in the population metrics because they're animals.
I see.
Everton stands at around 100,000 people, it's around 70,000 people. It's the smallest like city here.
They evacuated some out too, didn't they, from memory?
They evacuated fully towards Fairwind City. Lots of Fairwind City went from 1 million, and it is now swollen up to 6 million people.
Ooh.
Yeah, in Fairwind City because of all the refugees coming from the Free Cities. Like all the unaccounted for villages and the people that are just like out there in the wilderness are coming towards Fairwind City for protection. Let's see. Almanae was at 400,000, but is destroyed, fully destroyed. The Burning Sands tribes, the nomadic tribes, and also the Plains of Ain. The nomadic tribes equal up to around 100,000 people total. The Jungol tribes equal to around 50,000 people. Of course, they're not classified as a city. And the last but not least, the Maulau Islands do count as a city. they reached up to a number of 200,000 of native peoples,
Nice.
collective islands. They live up on the karsts. Like there's really large pillars as well, like
Are
like the air tribe from Avatar.
the cities here? Are they vertical or are they spread?
What do you mean vertical?
Are they like, I suppose, Auckland sprawl or Tokyo, like several stories and below ground, or are like just a single story and wide?
Only the dwarven cities, Sundane and Fairwind City, are Tokyo sprawl. The rest are widely spread, especially what was once false, and especially Droglun. They're very, very like wide. Droglun is actually landmass wise. Droglun is the biggest city spread around. Fairwind City is really condensed at the moment. It is definitely Tokyo sprawl.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I was trying to build a
Yeah.
mental image of what was going on.
Yep. Basically, it's not like the travel time of like the in city travel time is not accurate to the actual island, but the actual like representation of how big something is actually how wide it is. So yes, Sundane is as tall as it seems on the map. So is everything else. It seems tall. But as you guys eventually make it towards Sunshine Inn and celebrate there invisibly for now, as eventually the invisibility will run out and you'll get to see your friends once more. This is where we'll end the session. Good job, guys. You didn't just go. I mean, got a clue from Bethany, and you didn't cut her off, which I'm guessing your instincts would have told you to just cut her off right away to save her from like a potential like damning.
There was the cutoff to prevent you from the damning, as well as, can I soul cage you?
Yeah. Yeah. That probably wouldn't have worked on the astral projection. Could definitely killed her though. Also, she's dead. She died again. I mean, like she said though, she can be easily brought back at least from the astral projection. But yeah, no, if you cut the cord, you just die. That's the downside of astral projection.
Yeah, I thought about seeing if we could astral project out, and I thought, well,
yeah. The
seems risky.
upside is that you can like travel anywhere with this spell, essentially. Yeah. The downside is the silver cord. I mean, worth it on her end. Like she got you guys like a clue. You didn't immediately tell her to go into a portal, which would have been bad. You didn't tell her. You just kept talking with her, which is good. You guys also talked to her enough to get the hint to make a deal with the Mad Merchant. You did, but there was indeed a third option. If you guys had just gone into any one of the portals, honestly, it would have been difficult regardless.
Thought about trying to soul cage Will begin is an option, but I didn't think I'd be able to loophole that.
You'd have to, and in that case, he could be snatched from you at any time because you are using the Mad Merchant's power. Yeah, in his realm too. But yeah, now you have something to do and to think about how you're going to, quote unquote, get enough souls to destroy, air quotation marks, Madness Swordbreak. Or you can just, it's not too late, you can just destroy actual Swordbreak. Might be easier.
Could be some nice big drow armies to make a big splash onto.
Correct. While you do have a year, You're also going to have to try and find out how you're going to suck up that much souls in this little time.
Gonna need some upgrades.
Correct. But yeah, I'll be very interested to see what you come up with. There are going to be lots of Friendly did remind me, and I will get to doing the text. I've done. There's not much text I have to do for the other people, I guess. Remind me if I do. But for the others, for the other things I have to do, there's just lots of text to get done with Daunts actually. Rati, guys, and at some point Viaje. Oh boy.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
Heaps.
Oh yeah, now you know, Mr. Vorton. There's someone that Shelf is indeed still on your side. Because you would have had... You don't want Bethany on your tail.
Yeah, she would have teleported in ages ago.
Yeah, exactly. And she seems to know what you already look like. That'll be a hell of a fight.
Oh shit, I mean, I get stronger.
Yeah. You know, the worst bit is... Guys just arranged for Arthur, the true wielder of the sword, to come
yeah, to come back. I was like, no.
I was like, yes, I like this happening because it totally fucks up another campaign.
Just picturing Vorton and Arthur doing the Spider-Man point, and then Arthur just holds out his hand and the sword comes to him, and Vorton go, fuck.
Yep, that's essentially what may happen, depending on what transpires. But yeah, good shit. I like this. I like sessions like this.
I try to get a Tripic.
That would have been
my little attempt.
A very good ending here would have been actually killing Bethany's astral projection on your own and figuring out like you just make a deal with the Mad Merchant.
I did
That would have been the best ending.
think about it a little bit, but I thought I'd wait and see like if there's any external help first.
Yeah. There was external help coming regardless. I was either going to honestly, she's probably the only major, like super major NPC that would be contacted and trusted to do this. That's why I thought, yeah, you're right, Bethany's coming. And of course, yeah, all she would do is just offer up advice once she figures out what the full scope of what was happening, and also threaten the god at the same time.
Can I rush to my laboratory and make sure she doesn't break all my shit first?
Yeah, you'll have that awkward interaction once you get there, don't worry. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm gonna go get a drink and some food. Food. Anyway, guys, GG, good job. You are back. Well done. Use that to your advantage. Mr. Huggus, you
I've learned about guys.
you have, and you also put somewhere in your inventory. Your character doesn't know this, but just put somewhere in your inventory. Just a reminder that you are
no. Cursed.
marked by the merchant.
Magic mirror, does its name change again after the time stop?
No, it is still the Mirror of Fates.
And I can't remember if it required attunement or not.
It did not.
Okay.
Anything
All
else?
my stuff. How much time went by inside this place?
Seemed like a 1-to-1 ratio.
Okay.
So-
But we were losing time, so some of it. We were traveling for days, and it was months, I think.
Indeed.
You said.
Basically, like the amount that transpired out of character, and like the month before like the whole war stuff happens, is essentially the amount of time you guys spent in the Madness Realm. Like almost actually. with all the long rests and stuff. Yeah.
So we'd
Yeah,
be
you can-
popping out right as they finish the mountain, ish.
No. A bit more weeks after that.
Okay.
Basically, you'll be popping out right as when now, as in like just
So
in
we have
sync
to-
with the rest. Yeah, because it's actually like really good timing, and it just makes it easier for me.
Sunshine in the sky, right?
Yeah,
when-
yeah.
We're
Sunshine
about
is
to
in the sky. Currently, let me move the sun. You guys are here-ish. You're
Yeah.
orbiting Faust. Nova Era is orbiting in the always opposite of where you guys are. So there's another floating city there, like orbiting. Essentially, you guys, Sunshine Inn and Nova Era is responsible for holding like an artifact capable of defense against magical orbital bombardment, as well as like anti-air. I mean, what better factions than the most technologically advanced faction, as well as the literal dragon slayers that are meant to shoot dragons out of the sky.
We do seem suited for the job.
Yes. But it's after there's like after a day of like reuniting with people, you get this you get the sense Nova's been doing a lot behind the scenes. How the hell did he get this island to float? Yeah, it's been a while since you guys caught up with him. He's been doing a lot.
That's right. He was skimming off all my deals, wasn't he?
Yes. That, and also he managed most of the Dragon Slayer activities in the other regions. AKA could be one shots.
Neat.
Yeah.
Was there anything you wanted straight off, Wilby?
Anything that I wanted? What do you mean?
You got your items. Like, was there anything like people or anything like that, like teleport to or sending or anything like that?
Oh yeah, true.
I thought I could sending old gnome dad to let him know his one and only precious son is protected.
Yeah.
Oh, you can. When you do that, you can do that in the Null chat.
Cool.
So I got a lot of sending stands.
Oh yeah, do they still work? We've never tried a sending stone after the person's died.
Oh,
You're right. They do not work.
they don't work. Oh,
They're unpaired when you die. Yeah.
so how do you do it again? Is it like not? Is it like lost its magic now? So it's like
It hasn't lost its magic. You just have to pair to it again. So you have to
go back to them.
somehow go to the guy that has the stone and tell them to pair with you.
Okay. So, okay.
Just be like,
visit
yeah,
everybody.
Bluetooth connection real quick, my guy. It's like, yeah, sure.
Okay, so I tried to sending stone everybody and then it doesn't work. I'm like, yeah, man, it doesn't work.
Maybe we're in the wrong realm after all.
This isn't. We're not alive.
Anyway, when you do your sendings, yeah, make sure to do it in chat because I'll be going for some food now. Alright,
Yep. So yeah, thank you very much.
not a problem. Good job, GG's, and welcome back, Huggus and guys. Alrighty, food time. Ta-ta.
Any levels?
Damn it, we're too slow. Forgot
I just remembered. Because everyone's level 20. So I'll DM him.
Yeah. Because we did do a couple of fights, I suppose.
Oh yes. You two get A level.
No boons for us yet, then, friend.